Hello and welcome to Conscious TV again. My name is Iain McNay and our guest today is Dr. Vijai Shankar. Hello Vijay.
Good morning.
And you've written lots of books. I'm very impressed. I've been reading one myself, which is Absolute Understanding, and you have Power of Illusion, Illusions of Life, the latest one, Evolution of Mind. So you're very active in writing. I think you've written 9 books, and this Absolute Understanding series is going to be 60 books.
That's correct.
There's a lot to say, it seems.
There is a lot to say because man has known a lot. So there's a lot to say to inform man that what he has known is not validated, whether it's real or illusory. Man gives a lip service that the world is illusory, but he doesn't understand. If it is so, the known too should be illusory. And I reckon it requires more than this. 60 volumes to make man understand the known, no matter how intelligent or how revered it may be, nevertheless it is illusory.
Are you saying that all known is illusionary?
All known, no matter how revered, how scientific, or daily talk, anything that is known in the mind is illusory. Man has to understand what is illusory though. What's the meaning of illusory? What's the definition of illusory?
Well, let's start there.
Yeah. Illusory does not mean it doesn't exist. It exists, of course, but it doesn't exist in the way the mind says it does.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So explain that more.
Uh-huh. Illusory means the known, or what man perceives or recognizes, is an illusion, a reflection of light, not of substance or an actuality. Be it an action, be anything which is known.
So when you look at me, what do you see?
Now, when I look at you, man is convinced, not only you, when he looks at anything, he believes he sees it. For example, I don't believe that I see you, because the function of the eye is not to see. The function of our eye is to receive reflected light rays. Only light rays enters our eyeball, that's our pupil. So, light which enters our eyes somehow travels through the optic nerve and reaches our occipital lobe, and it gets converted into words. So, man thinks what he sees, not sees what he sees. Man should understand he experiences a world of thoughts, not a world of actuality. The world of actuality is an illusion, an optical illusion, and the known is an auditory illusion of sound. You may have questions. Of course you will have questions. Man has questions because his mind has evolved to a certain degree. It's sophisticated. A lot of known has been lodged in the mind, and it will question, of course. And there's no end for questioning. The questions will go on sophisticating, and so too the answers will keep on sophisticating. But no matter how sophisticated an answer may be, or no matter how intelligent an answer could be, nevertheless, man will be not contented or happy or at ease with life. You see? So, man needs to understand how he has come, or how life has convinced him to believe that man is the doer, man is the speaker, and man is the thinker. Man should realize that his ego or his individuality does nothing to see. It does nothing to hear sounds. It does nothing to smell. The ego does nothing to taste. It does nothing to bring about a sensation of touch. So man should ponder, or rather, man should inquire rather than question. If man questions, an answer will come to him. either from externally or from internally. And whatever answers his mind gives him is the answer which he likes. So, question and answer phenomena limits man. It cocoons him, it limits him, it stagnates him within his own answers, within his own beliefs. While, on the other hand, if man begins to inquire.
So, what does inquire mean?
Oh, good. Inquire is not synonymous with questioning. When you inquire happenings to you. You can't do it. An inquiry happens to you. And when it happens, you leave behind your beliefs, your known. You ponder over an area to listen. Inquiry brings about listening in such a way that listening is not included in the parameter of time or space or beliefs. It keeps on deepening itself, whereas an answer doesn't deepen itself. It keeps man superficial in his mind. An inquiry brings forth an understanding, while a questioning brings forth an answer which limits man within his mind. An inquiry invites man into life.
So you're talking about, when you say pondering, you're talking about more time in looking at why you see something or hear something a certain way?
I'm not indicating that pondering requires time or inquiry requires time. Inquiry and pondering happens and brings man in a no-time state. Man has to realize that life is timeless. And the scientists and science have come forward to that point to realize time does not exist in life. If you have heard or logged on to a gentleman called Julian Barbeau, have you heard about him?
I haven't, no.
He's a scientist himself, he's an astrophysicist. I just met him last week. I happened to come across a wonderful YouTube clip of him. The YouTube clip was done in Holland by a Dutch group, wherein he declared, a scientist I'm talking, time is illusory, it does not exist in life. Man needs to understand that. Go ahead.
So how did you get to this point? I know that you were originally a medical doctor, and then you were doing, I think, some scientific work. How did you actually come to this realization?
Yeah, I understand this question, how. Man is always likes to know how he did it.
Of course.
How he did it, how did he get it. I will tell you, I don't know. Because I was like any other man too, engrossed in medicine. And I knew that medicine, it took me to a point where I knew I was not curing people. They used to get cured. I was so certain it's not medicine which cures man, because medicines do not bring about illness. Man thinks he cured it by taking medicine. He didn't take it, the medicine did. So medicine must be the doer. But medicine hasn't got any mind. And medicine brought me to a state to realize, no. Man just can't be doing this. So I switched on to science. And life took me to the very depths of science. At a nano level, I used to work in a single cells using concentrations of liquids at nanomolars. So I saw life at a very minute scale in the microscope. And there was no mind there. I was interpreting through what's happening there with my mind, whereas a multifaceted processes was going on in a single cell. It has no mind of its own.
Right.
And then it made me realize, hey, our whole body is made up of billions of such cells, which has no individual mind of its own. So I knew it's much far greater than that. So I reflected upon, it came to me, what Mr. Descartes or even Isaac Newton was trying to figure out in the 16th century about light.